Okay, did you get a chance to go through the video?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it only half, not fully.
Okay. So hope you got some clarity, right?
Yeah. It was okay till where I saw.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, let me delete your older accounts. Okay, so now yesterday we covered how flux will be compared to the MVC or MVC pattern. Right? So today we are going to see what are the different parts that a flux will have. Okay. So yeah, the flux framework or library or a design pattern will have these are some of the components in order to have a flux design pattern. Okay, so the action, dispatcher, store, view, and action. Okay, so these are the components that we have in a flux pattern. So whenever any event happens, right? So the event, which means the every event can be performed by using an action. So we are going to dispatch an action to the store in order to update the data inside of a store. Okay, so every action object will have a type object in it. Sorry, it is an object in that you must have a type property in it. So in that way, based on the type of action, the dispatcher will process the action and it updates the store. Once any store updates happen, what are the views that are subscribed to this store, those will going to be updated automatically. Okay, so from view we will trigger an action, right? So which means we are going to dispatch an action. The dispatched action will be caught by the dispatcher based on the type of action whatever we have. Based on that, it process the result. Once after processing, it updates the store. Okay, this way, these are the components that we have in case of the flux. Okay, this is also one simple diagram. So, okay, from view, we are going to dispatch an action, right? Action is going to be dispatched. Then this dispatched action will update the store. Then automatically the view is going to be updated. Okay, so once we saw an example, right, you will be understanding in a better way. I will come to once again after getting through the example. Okay, this is one more diagram. So all are similar, just a simple different representation. Okay, so this is something that if we have any API invocation, right, that also we can do it by using the action, right? So this just represents an API integration. Okay, later we will see how we have to integrate the API as well into our Redux. Okay, so now whatever we saw at earlier diagram, all the diagrams were, these are the flux patterns. Okay, even Redux is also came from the flux pattern, but Redux is a library, so it is a combination of both flux plus reducer. We will call it as a Redux. Okay, so earlier we saw it, we have a dispatcher, right? Now we have a reducers here. Okay, in case of dispatchers in flux, in Redux we have a reducers. Okay, so okay, we are going to see what is an action creator and how it is going to produce an action, and this action will have a type object, so type property in it. Based on the type property, it dispatches to the reducer. The reducer will process it. It creates a new state, and after that, it is trying to update the view. But here view will come. Okay, so this is one more diagram. So once we gone through one simple example, right? We'll see this example once again.
Okay.
Okay, now we are going to see about the Redux. Okay, Redux is a library, right? So we can say it is a core library. Okay, in order to work with any framework which are supposed to use Redux, we must have installed the Redux on our machine. Okay, on our project. So next, we are going to see what this library is going to provide, right? So what this library contains, I mean to say, what are the methods that it contains. Okay, it contains the store. Okay, right? Okay, store which holds the whole state tree of the application, right? Okay, what is meant by the state tree? Okay, so if you see, if you are trying to develop an application of HRMS, assume human resources management, right? Okay, so what this application contains? It contains the state information, right? I mean to say, it contains the data like employees and departments, right? And also it contains the information like leaves. Okay, what are the branches the organization will have, right? All this information it contains. Okay, so all this information we are going to maintain inside of our store. Okay, so this we will call it as a state tree of our application. Okay, the store is nothing but which holds the whole state tree of the application, which means the whole data which relates to our application. Okay. Next, the only way we can change the state inside of the store is by dispatching an action on it. Okay, we won't be able to change the store directly. Okay, only way to change the state inside a store is to dispatch an action. Right. Okay. Next, we will see how we are going to dispatch an action. Next, we have a store methods. Okay, we have some of the store methods we have. What are those? Get state. Okay, by using the get state, we can get the current state of the store. Current state of the store. Next we have dispatch method. Okay, so the dispatch is useful to dispatch an action, right? Okay, this is the only way we can change the state of the, this is the only way we can change the store state. Okay, next we have subscribe. Okay, what it takes a listener function. So, okay, by using this, we can get any updates of the store. So, if any updates happen to the store, that we can get by using this subscribe option. Okay, so these are the store methods we can see. Now, how we are going to create a store, right? That we are going to see now. Okay, we can create the Redux store which holds the tree structure of our application. Okay, we can do it by using create store method, right? Which contains the reducer and also reloaded state. If we want to give any current state, we can give it, and also it contains an enhancer. Okay, so we are going to see what is this enhancer later. Now we are going to see the create store, reducer and preloaded state. Okay, preloaded state is nothing but what is the initial store value that we are going to give for this for the store, right? So now we are going to understand the argument of reducer. Okay, the reducer must be a function, alright? It must be a function. So the second one. Okay, so it always must return the next state tree. Okay, it always must returns the next state tree. Okay, so it is going to take the two arguments. What are those? Current state and returns the takes two parameters. Those are current state and an action to handle. And an action. Okay, so the reducer must accept is a function, must accept current state and action. Reducer is a function, must accept state and action. Okay. Reducer will calculate the new state for the given the previous state and an action, right? So, okay, once we saw the example, you will understand the better reducer concept. Next, we have preloaded state, right? Okay, what is this? This is the initial store value, what we are going to maintain. Okay, next we have enhancer function. Okay, this enhancer function is used to specify the any third-party capabilities, okay, such as a middleware or any persistence-related one, or if anything that we are going to invoke that takes little time, like timeout or time intervals, right? Those we can do by using this enhancer functions. Okay, the only store enhancer the currently it supports is the apply middleware. Okay, so don't worry for the time being. So anyway, we are going to discuss this whenever we are going to discuss about the Redux Saga and Redux Thunk. That time we will discuss it. Okay, now now we are going to create a simple standalone example. So in that, what is the first step that we are going to do? So I'm going to create a store. Okay, the store contains, okay, assume we are taking a pizza store. Okay, in the pizza store, you will have default some pizzas are there in the store. Okay, right. What are the pizzas that it may contain, right? So we can say corn pizza, right? Chicken pizza and mutton pizza, right? So what are the operations that we can do on this pizza store? Can you tell? We can buy a pizza, right? You are following, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we can buy a pizza and the store manager can add a pizza, right? Once if we give an order, right? Or we can delete a pizza. Okay, assume these are the some of the operations we have. Remove this. So we have two operations called buy a pizza and add a pizza. Okay, the customer can buy a pizza, the store manager can add a pizza to the store, right? So now what is our initial state, right? The initial state is something, an array of data with these three pizzas, right?
Yeah.
So whenever, okay, we are going to perform an operation called buy pizza, that time how our store is going to be changed, right? Okay, we have to take which pizza we are going to buy, right, from the customer. Okay, we are trying to buy a pizza, corn pizza. Now the store is going to be updated as, right, only with chicken and mutton pizza, right? Correct. Now, if we are trying to add a pizza, Now, which pizza we are going to add, right? That matters, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to add a pizza called paneer pizza, right? We have. Okay, so now what should be the store value? Okay, along with chicken and mutton, we will have a paneer pizza as well, right?
Okay.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a simple application. Okay, inside this I will create a new folder, Redux. Okay, so here I'm going to create, or I'm going to run npm install Redux. Okay, so I'm going to save the library inside of this Redux folder. Understood? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to create one JavaScript file. Okay, Redux basic.js. Okay, let me open with Notepad++. Okay, so I'm going to resave this. Okay, so now how we are going to import any library inside of our react.js by using import, right? So instead of import, I'm going to use the Node.js feature to import the library. Okay, so by using the Node JavaScript file, we can run any JavaScript file, right? By using the Node command. Okay, so I'm going to import the Redux file, Redux library by using one command called require. Okay, by using this, we can load any library into our application. Okay, so Redux, so constant, okay, information, or you can say Redux object. Okay, so I imported a library called Redux. Let me print this, right? Redux object. Now we can run this, right, by using the node command, we know. Now can you see what this object prints? Okay, it prints some properties, right? It prints an object with some properties. Okay, so inside of that we have a compose, combine reducers, bind action creators, apply middleware, and create store we have, right?
Yeah.
So now what I'm going to do, right? Now constant create store is equal to, I can take Redux object dot create store, right? Property, right? Understood?
Okay.
So it have a create store function we are taking, right? So yeah, in this way we can do it, and also we can do it by using what this we call object create store require redux, right? Directly we are taking the property of create store, and it creates a variable called constant create store, right? Understood, right?
Okay. What is the statement?
So yeah, you have to remember that object destructuring. Did you remember?
Yeah.
So suppose we have an object called name, right? Raghava. Okay, let obj is equal to, right? So now I want to create one variable called name. I want to get the name value as the object dot name property, right?
Yeah.
So for that, what we have done earlier, do you remember? Let name is equal to obj, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the same we have done here.
Okay.
If you see it returns an object, creates to the same we have done.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next, I'm going to create some variable called pizzas, right? Okay, mutton pizza, corn pizza, sandwich pizza. Okay, this just a simple array it contains. Okay, now I'm going to create one function called reducer. Okay, you can give any name. So I can give the pizza, let it be reducer. So we discussed, right? The reducer will be a function which accepts the state and action, right, as a parameters. The state is something whatever we are going to send, right? Or you can give the empty value reducer state and which takes the action. But this is a function, right? Reducer. Okay, so it returns the state, right? Correct? Do that now. Now I'm going to create a store, right? Okay, Redux store or pizza store you can mention. Okay, pizza store is equal to what is the way we can create a store by using the create store property, right? Function create store reducer default state that our initial state what we are going to maintain. So for that we are going to have a create store function which is available in this variable. Now inside for that I'm going to pass a reducer. My initial state is loss. Understood it? Now console.log of pizza store dot get state. What we are going to get? Can you guess? We are going to get the, yeah, tell me.
Is it pizza store? Get.
So pizza store dot get state.
Okay.
What is the return value we are going to get? What is the current state that is available in the pizza store we will get, right? Okay, which means we will get an array of pizzas,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
MP is not defined. What is the error? Can you tell? We have to put it in a single quotes, right? It is expecting some variable. So now we have a default store, right? This is the default store which contains the 3 pizzas, right? Mutton pizza, chicken pizza, or sandwich pizza, correct? Now if I want to update, right, anything to the store, how I can do it? By using the dispatch action, right? Are you following? Store dot. Okay, we have a pizza store, right? Pizza store dot dispatch of, correct? Okay, we have to dispatch an action, right? Dispatch an action. The action must be an object, right? Remember? Which contains a property called type, right?
Yeah.
Okay, based on the type, what we are going to see, what type of operation it is going to handle, right?
Yes.
Now I'm going to dispatch an action of type add pizza. Correct? Now what will happen whenever we dispatch an action? The reducer will invoke it. Now I'm going to print console.log of state, comma, action inside of our reducer. Okay, now you are seeing, right? Reducer function start. Inside of that, we have a type add pizza, correct?
Yeah.
So now for this add pizza, are we performing any action? Logic? No, right? Okay, so how we are going to do it? The action dot type is equal to, correct? Are you following? If action dot type is equal to add pizza, I am going to update the state, right?
Yeah.
So currently I am going to add a new pizza called, okay, paneer pizza, right? So currently I hard coded this variable, right? Okay, pizza is equal to paneer pizza, right? So now what I'm going to do, state, right? Remember this one? thread operator, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now once we dispatched an action, right? So I'm going to it updates the state. So we are going to get a new state, right? I'm going to see what is there in the current state store, right?
Okay.
You are seeing, right? We have the paneer
Mm.
pizza instead of. So if you call it again, what it is going to do? It is always going to add only paneer pizza. But we want to send this information. I mean to say, if I want to call it once again, the 4 times I call it, right?
Yeah.
So what it is going to do? It is trying to add the same pizza only. Okay, but I don't want to add the same pizza again. Okay, I want to pass the pizza value whenever I am going to dispatch an action. Right? So what I'm going to do inside of this method, I'm going to pass pizza, right? Okay, what type of pizza I'm going to add? Okay, so okay, so just I'm giving some random names. Right?
Cheese pizza.
Cheese pizza, right? Any name, you know? Corn pizza, right? Okay. Now, what will happen? Now also it will add the same pizza again, right? But we have to add the whatever the pizza that we have passed, right? So you are seeing, right? So I have given the console.log of action. Okay, inside of an action, we have a type. Along with that, we have the information of what pizza we are going to add. Correct?
Yeah.
So how we can get that pizza value? Inside of our action object, we have a pizza property, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Now you will see the updated pizza with different pizza. Clear, right? Any doubts? No, right? So now I'm going to have a new operation called, right? Add pizza we have done, buy pizza. I'm going to buy a pizza, right? Which is available in the store, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dispatch an action called, I'm going to dispatch an action. Action always must be an object, right? So inside that, we have to specify which type of action we are going to do. Buy, right? So what type of pizza are you planning to buy, right?
Okay.
I'm going to specify that. Clear?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to print the current state. Let me copy this. At the console.log. So for your reference, right, by pizza. So now currently our reducer supports only add pizza operation, right? So what we have to do? Else if, right, action dot type is equal to by pizza, right? Now what we have to do once user trying to buy a pizza? Now you have to tell me.
Maybe like options.
No, he
Uh-huh.
came up with a Google pizza to buy. Already he has chosen
Okay.
pizza to buy. Now what happens to our store? Okay, one.
Update.
Yeah, store will be updated by removing this pizza, right?
Yeah.
It goes with the customer, right? Now we have to update the store by removing this pizza. Now how I need to remove this pizza? You have to tell. We have an array of pizzas, right? Now I want to remove this pizza. What will state dot filter, right? What it returns? It returns a pizza, right? Okay. So it returns a pizza where pizza not equal to pizza dot name, right? Sorry, action dot pizza. Do you understand anything?
Oh, okay.
What filter method is going to do? The state is an array, right? Okay, it filters an array without having the current pizza, correct?
Okay.
So now let me call this, right? Right after updating, you won't be able to see the Google pizza here.
Yeah.
So you understood, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I want you to work on this reducer function. Okay, to add one more functionality, right? What functionality you can add? Okay, I can say, assume we have a, now currently this pizza store supports only pizzas, right? Okay, so I want to make this.
Okay. Here, how can we know that it's removed the Google Pizza? Like the dispatch action. This one is used like it only works to remove and add.
Yeah, correct, right? So So once the customer buys pizza, what happens? The pizza in the store will be removed, right?
Okay.
Okay, how you will be able to get the current store value? What is the method we are going to use to get the current store state? By using get state, right?
Okay.
Now if you see, now prior to this buy pizza, we have all pizzas, right?
Okay.
Now after buy pizza happened, right? So it does not have a Google pizza, correct?
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah, I understood that, but if we don't specify type by pizza, then what it does?
No, okay. If you don't specify the type, right? Okay, what type of operation you are going to do? That you don't know, right? In that case,
Okay.
you understood? So in this case, we have our pizza store supports two type of operations. What are those? Adding and buying a pizza, right?
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
So now once you add a pizza, right, what happens? It will add the pizza to the current store, right? Okay, if anyone buys pizza, we have to remove from the store, right?
Yeah.
Understood now?
Okay.
Clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now, okay, for tomorrow, what you are going to do, right? So, create one application or similar example like this, right? So, you will take account, right? Account operations or account functionality. Okay, so the store contains the account information. Okay, so what account contains balance, right? Okay, so you will take the default balance as 0, right?
Okay.
So it becomes the initial store value, correct?
Yeah.
So you will have two operations. What are the operations you can do on an account? Correct? Deposit, withdraw, right? So suppose I'm going to deposit an amount of 500. What we have to do? We have to update the balance, right?
Yeah.
As a 500, correct?
Okay.
So now I'm going to withdraw 200.
Okay.
So in that case, what we have to do? We have to update the balance as 300, right? So can you try this example for tomorrow?
Yeah.
No. So yeah, that's all for today. Okay, tomorrow we'll meet with another concept called suppose our pizza store supports multiple types of uh, what we can say, multiple types of operations. Like currently it supports only for pizzas, right? So assume our pizza store supports coffees also. Okay, like it is going to sell the coffees also, right? In that case, how we are going to maintain our store and our reducers, right? that we are going to see in our tomorrow's session. Okay. Okay, I will share this example and video. Okay, after some time.
Okay. So you're sharing all the videos in the drive, right?
Yeah, in the drive.
Yeah. Okay then.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.